Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Blender Easy, and in today's video we are going to create this looping animation inside of Blender without using any third-party plugin but with the help of simple and cool keyframe animations. So if you're new to this channel, then please consider to subscribe this channel and also hit the bell icon to get more updates. So without wasting any much more time, let's get started. Okay, so here we are in Blender and simply hit A and let's delete it. Now let's do one thing. I'm going to press Shift A, mesh, and we are going to select UV sphere and right click and choose shade smooth over here. Then go to the tab view, press Z, and we are going to choose material preview because I want to apply material over here. So let's select this, go to the material options, create a new material, double click, and let's call it as white and choose white color over here and choose complete bright white color over here like that. Then select this and press tab and hold alt Z over here like this, and press Z and choose solid view so you can see the edges over here. Make sure to choose alt Z to select this transparency, then select this much vertices over here like that. Then press Z and choose material preview, and now over here we are going to create another material, new, double click, and let's call it as red over here, and we are going to choose assign and we are going to assign reddish color over here. Okay, let's make this proper red color and completely red color. Okay, and press tab. So we are getting this sphere over here. Now select this sphere, hit Ctrl A and choose all transform, then press 1. Also hit Ctrl A and make sure to apply scale. Go to 3, press G Z, and let's try to bring this over here like that. Now press Shift A, mesh, and we are going to choose cylinder, and let's go to the cylinder over here and choose cylinder radius somewhere around like this. Okay, and then select this, press R, 90-degree rotation, so type 90 over here, press S, Y, and let's scale it somewhere around like this. Press G Z and let's try to bring this somewhere around over here. Go to the front view, G, and let's try to bring this somewhere around over here like that. Then Shift D, X, and let's try to bring this over here like this. Okay, so as you guys can see, it's over here like that. Then after that, what we need to do over here, we need to create some icon extra stuff over here. So let's try to do that. I'm going to select this. Let's go to this view and then press Shift D, R, and let's rotate it on 90-degree. Press S, Z, and let's scale it somewhere around like this. Press G, Z, and let's try to bring this somewhere around over here. Now so we will get something like this. Then over here press Shift A, mesh, and we are going to add one, let's say, cylinder. Go to the front view, press S, and let's scale the size, or hit delete. Press Shift A, go to the mesh, and we will add our cylinder over here. And over here I'm going to increase the size of this radius over here like that, and also decrease the depth somewhere around like this. Okay, then select this, press GZ, and let's try to bring this over here like this. Press Alt Z, or simply go to the tab view and press Alt Z, press Z and choose solid view. Select this much portion, GX, and let's try to bring this properly like over here. Then hit Ctrl A and choose scale. Then after that press tab, press 3, or select, or let's say press 2, and by holding Alt I'm going to select this edge loop, and by holding Alt Shift I'm going to select this edge loop, and press Ctrl B for bevel and simply click. Then go to the width and we will increase this size like this over here like that, and press tab. Similarly select this over here, press tab, go to the edit mode, select this top one faces. By holding Shift I'll select this bottom face as well, then press I for inner extrude like this. Okay, then we will select this, we will go to the modifiers, add modifier, generate over here, and we are going to choose subdivision surface, right click and choose shade smooth, and over here and hold Alt Z. So we will get something like this. Okay, so about this portion is ready. Now I'm going to select this sphere and I'll press Shift D, Z, and I'm going to trying to bring this downwards. Press GX and let's, or ZZ, somewhere around like this over here. Press GX and let's try to bring this somewhere around like this. Okay, let's go to the top view, press GZ, and let's GX, sorry, and try to bring this up to here like this. Okay, this much distance looks enough for me. If you want, then you can try to adjust distance properly. like this. I think this much looks good to me. Okay, so this is ready, and now we need to create our null object which is going to control this portion over here. So let's go to the right view, press shift A, go to the empty, and we are going to select our plane axis G Z, and let's try to bring this plane axis up to this over here like that in the middle. Then after that I'm going to select this and this plane axis by holding shift over here and press Ctrl P and select object. So now as you guys can see, this empty is controlling this sphere. If you see over here, this is inside this. So same procedure we will follow for this one as well. Select this first and by holding shift select this, press Ctrl P, choose object. Similarly select this and shift select this, press Ctrl P and choose object over here. So this empty null, if I select this and G, I can move all of them. Okay, same procedure I want for this object as well. So press shift A, empty, and we are going to create another plane axis. Let's double click and we will call it as circular, and we are going to select this empty and we'll call it as main. Okay, now I'm going to select this pair and this circular, press Ctrl P and again choose object. So now this is going to control this sphere over here. Okay, then shift A, we will go to the mesh and we are going to add plane, and let's increase the size of this plane somewhere around like this. Let's adjust totally like this. Okay, you can go over here and you can adjust it like this. Then after that we will try to add our camera. Those shift A, we will go to the camera over here and hit 0 so we can see this animation through camera, and then press N, go to the view and enable this camera to view, and let's zoom out a little bit somewhere around like this. Okay, and let's try to adjust it somewhere around over here. Go to the camera view and let's make this focal length 200, and let's try to adjust it somewhere around in the middle. Let's disable this and let's try to zoom, and let's enable this like this, and let's try to adjust our camera like this. Okay, over here. Now if I select this circular camera, if I go to the transform and if I rotate it, I'll get this kind of rotation. So let's try to animate this first and press Z and choose material preview so we can see our animation over here like this. Okay, now I'm going to select this plane circular and I can rotate it on Z axis. So let's make this, right click and insert one keyframe. I'll go to around 120 frame and let's make this 360-degree rotation. Right click and choose insert keyframe, and let's make this animation 120 frame long. So if I see this animation, I'll get something like this. Now I want a little bit of smoothness over here, so let's select this, right click, key interpolation and choose linear. Okay, like this. Now along with this sphere should also start to animate. So let's go inside this circular, select this sphere, select this transform, and we have to rotate it on x-axis like this in negative value. So right click, insert keyframe, go over here and let's make this minus 360 into 6 maybe. Right click and insert keyframe. Similarly select those keyframe, right click, interpolation, choose linear. So if I see this animation now, I'll get this kind of rotation continuously in the form of loop. Okay, now this is for this. Now let's select this portion, go to the material and choose this red one over here. Similarly for this one I'm going to choose red. For this one as well I'm going to choose red. If you want for this you can choose red as well. I'll keep it this one as it is. Okay, so let's try to make animation for this one. Now I'm going to select this main over here. Let's go to the transform and I'm going to rotate it on y-axis, or let's say x-axis like that. So let's make this 0 initially and hit 0 to get out of this camera view, and press 3 for this front right view. And now let's select our this main null object, and then we can rotate it on x-axis like this. So let's go rotate it like this. Let's make this proper 41 degree, and right click and insert one keyframe, go to around 60. Let's make this negative value like this. Right click and insert keyframe, go to 120 frame and let's make this 41. Right click, sorry, let select this, let's make this 41. Right click and insert keyframe. So if you see this now, we will get this kind of rotation. Now when this portion is over here, this ball should be at this point. So let's select this and we have to change the I think wire position value somewhere over here. So let's move this over here like this. Let's make this minus 48, right click and insert keyframe, go to 60. Let's make this value uh, 4.8 in positive value, right click insert keyframe, then go over here. Let's make this value again in minus, right click and choose insert keyframe. So if I see this animation now, I'll get something like this. Now along with this, I need rotation animation as well on let's see, on x-axis. So right click, insert one keyframe, go to 60. Over here, let's make this minus 360 into, let's say, 2. Right click and insert keyframe, go over here, and over here we need to hit 0 again, right click and insert keyframe. So if I see this now, I'll get this, then I'll get this, and if I see this animation through this, I'll get this kind of animation over here like this. Okay, now hit 0 and press, go to this top view by hitting 7, press Z and we will choose our rendering view. Press shift A, go to the light and we are going to choose area light. Press S for scaling option and scale it like this. Okay, press G and try to move this over here. Press R for rotation, go to the front view, press R and let's rotate it like this, GZ, and try to bring this over here. Go to the top view, press R and then rotate it like this. Then shift D, bring this over here, press R and let's rotate it like this. Select this and shift D and let's rotate it like this, press R and let's rotate it like this, and move this over here like this. Okay, select this, hit 0. Now let's go to the light and we are going to choose 5000, somewhere around like this over here. Then go to the top view, let's select this one, let's choose 3000 value over here and hit 0 and let's see. Now once let's try to see this animation through cycles. So we will get this kind of animation and lighting over here. So if I hit play, I'll get something like this. Now let's go over here, I'll select this light, go and choose 2000 value, hit 0 and we will get this kind of light over here like this. Go over here, select this and let's add somewhere around 2000 value over here as well. So we have this 4 lights and we are going to choose denoise so we can see this properly. So I'll get something like this. Okay, and if you want, let's select this over here, EV rendering system, and let's go and see this animation. And I'm going to, let's select this pair over here and let's change the x value somewhere near to this. Okay, like that. Okay, so hit play, we'll get something like this. And if you want, you can move this a little bit closer. If you want, you can go over here like this. You can try to bring this a little bit over here. Let's see. Okay, this looks good to me like that. Let's try to bring this a little bit more closer and let's see what will happen, whether they are touching each other or not. Okay, they are not touching each other. So yep, this looks good to me. And now we can zoom our camera a little bit, so we will get a little bit higher resolution. And now we will get this animation in the form of loop, and if I see this in cycles, I'll get this kind of animation. So this is how you can create this kind of animation. If you want, you can select this layer over here, you can apply different colors like this and etc. Like you can choose yellow color as well if you want, or you can choose the quite red color as well. It's totally depends on your choices. Like you can choose this kind of color as well if it looks good to you. Okay, like this. So this is how we can create this kind of looping animation.